This is our Week 5 update. This Wednesday we have Unit 2, Block 3 due, and on Sunday we have Unit 2, Block 4. For this week's updates, Essay 1 revisions can be submitted anytime between now and the end of the semester, but I do suggest getting them done early because you don't want to end up with a bunch of revisions at the end of the semester when you have finals. Also, it's going to be a lot easier now while it's fresh in your mind, rather than later on when you've kind of forgotten what your topic was. So definitely try to get those done this week if you plan on revising. Next, make sure to prioritize completing your Unit 2 essay prep assignments as they do build off one another, so please make sure you're not missing those. Those should really be your priority as you're completing your assignments. And then finally, now is a good time to check your grade and note any areas that you're losing points. At this point in the semester, it's not too late to get the grade that you want, whatever it is, but it will be in a month if you kind of let things slide. So make sure you're aware of your grade, and if you're not happy with it right now, make sure you're doing steps to improve it. So I want to go over the essay prep assignments I'm going to have you guys do this week. So we are in very early stages of planning your Essay 2. So Essay 2 is going to be taking urban legends that exist on college campuses, and we're going to be looking for common themes that we see amongst the urban legends and kind of use those themes as a way to look at what real-world anxieties do college students have and kind of what are the basis for those anxieties. So what we're going to be doing first is we are going to look at a bunch of college urban legends. That's our first step. So in Block 3, I'm going to have you read these 2 articles, and they are going to introduce you to a bunch of different urban legends, basically. So for this assignment here, this is where you're going to be accumulating all the urban legends and kind of writing them down so that you have one place that you can look to get, the general list. So for this assignment, you are going to have this Google Doc here, and then I have links to these 2 articles. So this is the first article, and then this is going to be our second article, and they can just open up on the screen here. So for the first article, let me go to the Google Doc, kind of show you what it's going to look like. So this is the list for the first article here, The Exam Scams and Classroom Flimflams by Major and Bray. And so what I'm going to have you do is basically I'm giving you the page numbers for each of the stories, and you are going to go find those stories, summarize the story in 1 to 2 sentences like I did here for the first story, and that's basically it. So you're just going to summarize each of the 12 stories in 1 to 2 sentences. So the way you're going to find them is, so if I'm looking for Major and Bray 240, I'm going to go to the article or the research here. So you're going to see on the top, it'll tell you what page number we are. So this is technically page 237, and it goes all the way to 250. So if we go down here, it'll give us the exact page number up top. So this is 238, this would be 239, and this is going to be 240. So what we're going to be looking for is the story that's on this page. So the stories are always going to be in italics, so they're pretty easy to spot. So this is going to be the story. You're going to read it. It goes over onto the second page. That's fine. So read the full story. You're going to summarize it in 1 to 2 sentences, and you're going to put it on the Google Doc here right before the citation. And you're just going to do that for all 12 stories. So that's going to be the first article that you're going to read. You don't need to worry about reading the rest of the article. This was research, so there's going to be a lot of information on how they gathered the research, how they handled the research, and kind of how they organized it. We're not really interested in that. I mean, you're welcome to read it if you're interested, but we are just trying to use this to collect a bunch of stories. So don't get overwhelmed that this is like, a really long research article. I just want to use this as a way to get you comfortable kind of looking through a research article and seeing what they look like. But really, we're just using this as more of a scavenger hunt to find a bunch of stories. And then the second article that you're going to be reading is more of kind of like a fun article. This was published in The Atlantic on Halloween, and it just has a bunch of like college urban legends. So for this one, what you're going to do is I have here kind of a bunch of fill in the blank. So you're just going to fill in the blank. So forests surrounding Reed College in Portland, Oregon are home to blank. You're just going to read the article and figure out what is it is home to. So in this case, the answer is zombie monkeys, as it turns out. Again, please keep in mind that these are not real. These are fake stories. These are college urban legends. So we are treating these more as kind of fun stories that we can use to learn about real world anxieties rather than like actual events that have happened, because they are absolutely not that. Okay, so that is going to be that first assignment here. You're just going to fill out this Google Doc. You're also going to find 5 urban legends that aren't included in these 2 articles, just online. And all you're going to do is include the name of the web page and the author if there is one, and just link them here. So pretty easy. And then the next assignment that you're going to be doing is we're going to take our lists and we're going to work together to find some common themes that are found in these urban legends. So if you go to this assignment here, finding themes in college urban legends, I have a whole tutorial video, so I'm not going to go too in depth, but basically what we're going to be doing as a class is we are going to take all these urban legends that we've gathered in that first document, and I have provided a bunch of themes that are common in these urban legends, and you are just going to write the story that matches up with that theme, kind of in your personal opinion. So for example, unprofessional professors, you could choose any story that has a professor who is acting unprofessional in that story. So as you know, once you go through that, you'll see that there's a lot of stories that have unprofessional professors. So you're just going to copy and paste the name of the story here, and I'm going to have you add to 3 different themes. So you're going to go through and add to this, and the whole class is going to add to this. So you're not going to save a copy. You're actually going to you're going to edit the original document. Everyone in class is going to, and in the end, we're going to end up with a bunch of different stories for each of these different themes. So again, there is a better tutorial video that explains that better here, but I'm just kind of telling you what's coming up. And that basically is the essay prep that we're going to do for this week. The rest of the assignments are things that we've done before, a lot of videos and then answering questions, or some articles and answering questions. So I'm not going to explain those. But yeah, that's basically what we're doing this week. And then next week we'll get into actually, choosing topics and all those things. But for this week, we're just gathering urban legends and putting them into themes. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.